short, Tori? That's why you're short? Yeah, like my mom and dad are the same height as I am. So I'm probably sure that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I started when I was 12, so I don't know what your excuse is. All right, we're here at SuperTraining Gym, the strongest gym in the West, and we're here with one of the strongest power lifters of all time, Shawn Frankl, 875-pound shirted bench press, 540-pound.
551.
551, there we go. I'm always shortchanging people to make myself feel better. 551 raw bench at under 220 pounds, so he's gonna show us how to bench press.
All right, man. First thing I do, come in here and, everything's crucial, so like feet placement, and then I'll dig my back in. So once I get set evenly in the middle of the bench, I kind of put some pressure on my heels, which kind of creates an arch. But at the same time, I want to like squeeze my back into the pad, so you got a good base to push off of, kind of like if you're going to shove somebody and we're going to use this pad like it was a wall to help use it to move the weight. So I'll come in, squeeze my back in, squeeze the bar, big air, keep my shoulders back in this back position. As you can see, one thing I think from the side view, when I come down like this, my elbow, you see, is a little bit in front of my wrist. A lot of people come down in a straight position where their wrist and their elbow is kind of in a straight up and down, and it's hard to get it going because you could almost feel like you're going to lose it and maybe push it that way. So you kind of want to be under it a little bit. You don't want to be cranked in all the way, but you want to be just in enough to where you have something to drive up and back slightly.
Kind of helps you lock your shoulders in too by pulling the elbow in close to your body. It'll make the shoulder feel like it's kind of locked in a little bit more there. A lot of people ask me questions about leg drive. What are you doing with your legs?
Really, I just like really tighten up my legs and put a lot of pressure like on my heels. Back when I was in gear and was using a shirt, right, I would kind of get on my toes more. And then as I was coming down, if you're in a bench shirt, on the way, when you're going to press it back up, then I would press my heels on the way up. But raw, I've just been being more flat, I guess, and putting more pressure on my heels from the get-go and just trying to create a big base with my back.
Your legs are tight the whole time.
Legs are tight the whole time.
I see a lot of people, they'll bench like this, and you can bench with your heel off the ground, as he was saying he used to do in his bench shirt, or you can bench with your heel flat. But whatever the case is, you can't have your hips be like locked up and your hips be tight. Because I see a lot of people, they'll lay back on the bench and they'll have their toes will be like this and they'll be like this in their midsection. And then it's how are we gonna do any of the things that he just told us to do if we're like this? So your knee actually always needs to be downward from where your hip is, regardless of how you put your feet. If your feet are back like this, you still want to try to drive your heels towards the ground because it will open you up through here. And if your heels are down like this, you still want to try to drive your heels down and have a good base from here because you want all this to be opened up. What are you doing with your shoulders? If you can kind of turn around and show us, what are you doing with your shoulders to lock those in?
Basically, I'll just dig in and kind of push them back together like this. So I think what gets confused is some people only think maybe about just their upper back, when really you're not. When you come down here, you're not going to push with just your upper back. You want to push with your lats. So you kind of got to go from maybe like up here squeezing this together to like maybe down lower and use your lats or your bigger muscles. They're bigger. You want to use those.
Have you ever found any assistance exercises to be helpful? Because I know you work with power lifters, but you also work with bodybuilders and you also work with kind of your average person. Have you ever found any assistance exercises to help teach people to kind of like squeeze the lats, flex the lats? Like what are we talking about?
Well, I have them do dumbbell rows with just dumbbells, learning how to squeeze their lat properly. And at the same time, we'll flip it over and we'll do dumbbell presses where I'll have them lay down like they're going to do a bench press. They're arched in this position and they only punch straight and they can kind of turn their hands this way.
And you can actually see his lat popping out.
Yeah. So So, you know, they're pressing it more like this, so you don't, it's not like you have a bar and you're trying to bring your elbows in. Like, you can kind of do what you want with your wrist. So I want them to load their lats up when they come down so they can push like this. That kind of makes sense to a lot of people.
And at Big Iron, it seemed like you guys, to get better at a squat, to get better at a bench, to get better at a deadlift, you did a lot of that, right? A lot of that movement.
We did
a lot of
ton
practice
of
of that movement from different angles, off of boards, no boards, right? It's just as many angles as you can think of.
Every way you can think of, yeah.
Right.
Reverse bands, chains, I mean, every way you can think of, we did it.
There you go. There's some bench advice from one of the best in the world. Yep. Release. Nice.
That's what stunted my growth. Everybody asks, "Do you think you started too early? That's why you're short?" Yeah, like my mom and dad are the same height as I am. So I'm probably sure that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I started when I was 12, so I don't know what your excuse is.
Oh yeah, come on. Yep. Oh yeah. Nice. Grind that out at the top. Thanks, man.
Solid.
Had to grind that out at the top, but we got her.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Probably been a little bit smarter if I would have done what you said. Took a smaller jump. But we're old nowadays. You got less hits in you.
That's right. Have you used that one before? I go with 565.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, go plate, quarter, 10. Yep. Goes against all your beliefs, but I don't believe in quarters.
Quarters and tens. 5 plates, quarter 10.
Two, three, up, out.
Yeah. I'm here.
Oh, Shawn, here we go.
Boom.
Same thing. Come on, here we go. Lock in, let's go. Come on, Shawn. Let's go.
Tight.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, up, out. Yep, come on. Yep.
There you go.
Sideways step.